Hey, Pastor Brett here. Have you ever heard of the Serenity prayer? The shortest version goes something like this, and this is the most popular version. Lord, grant me the peace to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can change, and the wisdom to know the difference. It's actually part of a longer full prayer written by American theologian Reinhold Niebuhr. The full form of the prayer was completed in the early 1940s and quickly became popular among troops and was circulated among the troops in World War II and the Korean War. Today the prayer is often used in recovery groups.
In this video, I want to walk with you through the entire Serenity prayer.
The first section of the prayer goes like this. God, give me grace to accept with serenity the things that cannot be changed. You and I are not God. There's only so much we can do to influence the circumstances around us. But there are a lot of circumstances that we can do nothing about. One of the problems we have as human beings is we worry about things that we have no control over. We need to trust God with those things. And so Niebuhr here is saying, Lord, it takes your grace in my life in order for me to accept with serenity the things that I cannot do anything about. The second part of the prayer talks about the courage to change the things which should be changed. Which should be changed. Sometimes we want to change things and they really shouldn't be changed. But here, this is where we're submitting to the Lordship of God, the Lordship of Christ, what He wants. Lord, do you want this to change? And if so, no matter how hard it is for me to change it or to seek to change it, give me the courage to seek to change it. Third part of the prayer. It's asking God for wisdom to distinguish the one from the other. As human beings, sometimes we make unwise decisions. We need wisdom from God, and He gives it liberally. He's very generous in giving out wisdom for us on this if we'll ask Him for it. Lord, is this circumstance something that needs to change, or is it something that ought to just stay the same? Because if it ought to stay the same, I need your grace to just accept it that way. And if it needs to change, well, I need your courage to actually influence and bring about change. The wisdom to know the difference between the two. Lord, grant us the wisdom to know when to just accept it or when to act. Now we come to this line. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time. You know, it's hard to live in the now. It's hard not to be living in the future or be living in the past. The past is something that needs to be dealt with in our lives. The future is somewhere we're going. We need to make plans prayerfully and with wisdom. But we got to make sure that we don't spend too much of our mind time in either the past or the future, but that we are present in the moment. Because we only have today. We only have this moment. Accepting hardship as a pathway to peace. Why accept hardship as a pathway to peace? Because hardship is a result of living in a fallen world and a result of our own sinful nature. And so you have to go through hardship in order to land at a place of peace. Taking as Jesus did the sinful world as it is, not as I would have it. Because I can't change the world. Jesus changes the world. I can only change a portion of the world. But I have to live within the whole world. Trusting that you will make all things right if I surrender to your will, so that I may be reasonably happy in this life and supremely happy with you forever in the next. Amen. So if I trust in Him that He'll make all things right and surrender my will to Him, He will work in my life in powerful ways, and I will be reasonably happy in this life. Notice He put the word reasonably happy in this prayer. It won't be complete bliss. It won't be complete, perfect life on this earth. That's impossible. It's a sin-stained world. It's a world filled with heartache and pain and suffering and sorrow and brokenness. But I can be reasonably happy. Not completely happy. That's heaven. But I can be reasonably happy in this world as I surrender to the Lord and trust Him, living one day at a time. Having the wisdom to distinguish between the things I can change and the things I can't change, and when I should seek to change things. All this in that prayer, I can be reasonably happy as I follow Jesus Christ in this life And then in the next, because of His grace, because of His forgiveness, because of the cross and the resurrection of Jesus, I can be eternally happy with Him forever. Amen. If you like this video, please share it and also subscribe. Thanks.